Alpha Console! Bakkes mod! Which one is better? The question we've been asking ourselves since the beginning of time, since God said let there be light. It's time to discuss. It's time to figure it out. Now, I'm gonna say this right off the bat. They both work. They're both good. If your only intention is to see what MMR you are, then either one will do just fine. But there are differences between the two. Some that I think are pretty major. And I'll tell you right now, which one do I use? I use both. I use Alpha Console and Bakkes mod. I use a combination because there are good parts of both of them that I think are really cool, really good, and I think it's just better to use both of them. Now first, I'll get this out of the way. They are both super easy to download and super easy to update. All you do is install the program, and then the second you run Rocket League, it'll already have been injected into the game. It's super easy. And when it comes to updating both of them, they will both auto-update, or well, they will tell you that there's a new update. They'll let you know. So you'll never have to go to the websites and re-download it. Very easy, very simple. I'll get that out of the way. So, what are the benefits? What are the differences? What are the downfalls of both of them? So this is what it looks like after a game using Alpha Console. It'll tell you how much MMR you gained or lost. In this case, I lost 12. And the big number is your total calculated MMR. So that's your new MMR after the game. So before, it was 1134. Now mine is 1122. This is what it looks like after a game using Bakkes mod. So first of all, it says I gained 200 because Bakkes mod has this weird thing with calculating unranked MMR. If you haven't played a placement match, it just kind of bugs out. I don't know why. But what it's doing is it's saying that before, we'll take my teammates. Before, my teammate had 1307 MMR and he lost 10 MMR, which means his new MMR is actually 1297, but it doesn't calculate that for him for some reason. And I think that I like the part where Alpha Console actually calculates your MMR and doesn't tell you what it was, because you knew what it was. You saw it all game. Another thing that Alpha Console does better that I like that Bakkes mod doesn't is above where it says orange and blue team, it says the team average MMR, and you can compare it to the team you're playing against. So our average MMR was 1156 now, and theirs was 1160. That means whether we win or lose the game, it'll be the same amount of MMR. But let's say there's like a 20 MMR difference. Maybe that means if we win, we'll gain 10 MMR. If we lose, we'll lose only 8. You know, just something to think about. Just kind of see how even the teams are. I really do like the average team MMR. I wish Bakkes mod had that, but it doesn't. So, and this is what it looks like after the game with Bakkes mod. Like I said, it says plus 200 because this is my first placement match. But if for those of you who don't know, MMR is actually a decimal system. So Bakkes mod will tell you to the exact decimal that you gained MMR. But in my opinion, I don't really mind that too much because in the long run, I don't really care whether or not I'm half a decimal place away from ranking up or 1 MMR away from ranking up. It's all one game in the grand scheme of things, so seeing the decimals doesn't really matter too much to me. And then here's a picture of what it looks like on Alpha Console. It'll tell you how much you won or lost to rounded. And one thing I do like about Alpha Console, in this case a little more than I do Bakkes mod, is you can choose whether or not you want Alpha Console to display how much MMR you gain or lost per game, or total session, meaning I play for 8 hours straight, and right when I get off I can look back at the main screen and it'll tell me I gained this amount of MMR for the entire day, or lost this amount of MMR for the entire day, so you know if your current session you're positive or negative, which I actually really like, more than it just displaying your previous games, gain or lost, because you know how much MMR you got or lost based on what it said after the match. So I like that it's kind of different, just more unique. I think Alpha Console, when it comes to displaying MMR, is superior. So when all is said and done, the superior mod when it comes to MMR is definitely Alpha Console. It just is more accurate in certain situations, and it also shows your average team MMR. So if you're just looking for one to display MMR, I definitely go with Alpha Console. But here's where Bakkes mod becomes a really superior one. For those of you who don't know, Bakkes mod actually has a lot of custom training options. I'll show you some of the default ones now. This is this is a bunch of stuff that Alpha Console doesn't have. If you hit down on your D-pad, it'll actually pass the ball to you in free play, and it calculates it by just kind of how fast you're moving, where you're going, and it's pretty good. I think this is so cool. It's amazing. You just pass yourself like that, and then you can hit another one and it will pass off the backboard. And you can practice your backboard reads from literally anywhere. Another one will roll the ball right in front of you, and you can set up like an air dribble. Another one pops the ball on top of your car, and then you can pretend you know how to air dribble, just like me. Bakkes mod doesn't stop there. It has, for custom training, you can change the ball speed, and you can make it random. So any training pack that I choose, I could change the ball speed each time I click a reset, the trajectory, its location, put spin on it. There is change it on the X and Y axis, and you can make it random. Like this 6 is 6%, negative 6%. 5 to negative 5%. It's just, there are so many cool things you can do with Bakkes mod that for training for the game, Bakkes mod is superior. Like if you do special commands, you could set up snow day and free play, because you can't normally do this where you reset the puck and everything. You could just do this with all the game modes. You can make it so free play has custom mutators, and it's very easy to reset by just hitting reset. Obviously, it's something that you can't really do without this mod. Unfortunately, they only let you do free play with the regular soccer game. Soccer, I should say. That's what Sanix kind of chooses to call it. And yeah, Bakkes mod definitely has the edge. And on their website, you can download many more mods for training. The possibilities are endless. However, so this is why I use a combination of both. I let Alpha Console be enabled, and then hitting F2, by the way, brings up this Bakkes mod menu. I just go to ranked, and I just turn these off. And I hate, one thing I hate about Bakkes mod is the POV goal replays, and it just shows the replay from POV. I don't really like that. Some people use it. It's definitely personal preference. You can automatically say GG. April Fool's ranked icons, you could do on both of them. But yeah, Alpha Console definitely superior when it comes down to just calculating MMR, shows the team average. It actually adds it together for you, and it can display on the main screen how much MMR you've gained and lost in a total session altogether. So that means from last time you booted up the game. So I think it's really good for that. Bakkes mod, on the other hand, not as many features when it comes to the like quality of life MMR department when displaying MMR, but its custom training options are so wide so far. I'm pretty sure someone actually wrote a scientific paper. If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description, but someone wrote a paper on how having the different variances in training, changing ball speed, your car speed with each shot, just it being random, actually improves your gameplay, while hitting the same shot over and over and over, exactly verbatim, the same shot, no difference, is actually not going to help you as much as you think. So Bakkes mod, if you're really looking to get good at the game fast, or get better fast, I highly recommend training with Bakkes mod. But yeah, so I think they're both good. I use a combination of both. They both have their ups. If Bakkes mod ever added just like those few quality of life MMR things that Alpha Console has, I definitely just use Bakkes mod. But honestly, they're so easy to update. They don't take up space on your computer. There's really no bother in having both of them. I think it's perfectly fine. So yep, that's my opinion. I think they're both great. Subscribe if you haven't, and see ya.